365. And our official partners, Everlast, Wow Hydrate, and Village Hotels. This bout is promoted by Ben Shalom and Boxer, live on Sky Sports. Our supervisors in charge from the WBC, Charles Giles. From the IBF, Massimiliano Bianco. From the WBO, Istvan Kovacs. From the WBA, Shavana Inalsing. Our steward in charge, Charles Giles. Our timekeeper, Phil Morris. And our judges at ringside, Marcus McDonald, John Lona, and Paul Waltz. And our referee in charge when the bell rings, Victor Laughlin. So, Manchester, I need you all to get up out of your seats, raise those drinks high, and get wild! Let's meet the fighters. First, the challenger, fighting out of the red corner. Wearing the black trunks with blue trim, she stands 5 feet 11 and 1/2 inches tall. She weighed in at 11 stone, 13 pounds. She comes to us with a professional record of 12 victories versus 1 loss, with 10 of those wins coming by way of knockout. And she fights out of Hartlepool, England. Introducing the 2-time Olympian, the former WBO middleweight champion of the world, and the former undisputed championship contender. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing Savannah, the Silent Assassin Marshall! And her opponent, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing the red trunks with black trim, she stands 5 feet 8 inches tall. She weighed in at 11 stone, 13 pounds, 5 ounces. She comes to us with a professional record of 8 victories versus 1 loss. Representing the 410 Baltimore, Maryland, USA. Introducing the multi-talented athlete, promoter, fashion designer, and singer. Introducing the national champion and the undisputed super middleweight champion of the world. Introducing the heavy-hitting diva, Franchon Cruz Desert.
Okay, ladies, first things first, these are quite high, so any punches around the top half will be legal. You know the rules, remain that commands at all time, defend yourselves at all time. God bless, touch them. Touch gloves.
So after weeks of talking, we are finally here. 10 2-minute rounds for the undisputed super middleweight championship of the world. In the blue corner there, the champion, Franchon Cruz. And boxing out of the home corner, Savannah Marshall. Cruz quickly looking to try and close that gap. That's what she'll do. Marshall just short with the right hand.
A very fast start from Cruz.
Peter Fury talked earlier about the need for Marshall to try and establish that jab early on, and she might have a little bit of a look in the opening round. Good left hand to the body there from Marshall. What Cruz will look to do is exactly what she did there. She'll dip up to her left, try and throw this big right hand over the top, and that'll leave her in the perfect position then to throw a left hook. That's the combination she looks to try and really imprint on you quite early, a minute down in round 1. Cruz just steps in, looks to try and let that left hand go. Marshall looking for that overhand right herself there. Getting low, trying to put that jab up.
I think if Savannah can nail her with something hard, get her respect, make her think twice, slow her down, discourage the zone from pressing forward, it'll make a much easier night for her, because the zone, I think her game really is pressure.
Looking for the right hand there, Marshall. A right hand over the top, though, from the champion, who again reaches for that right. Plenty thrown in that opening round. Not an awful lot landed clean. And this is the scene of the Manchester Arena.
Absolutely buzzing.
A good crowd in. What did you make of that opener, Caroline?
Yeah, very cagey start from Savannah. I think she was just trying to get a time and trying to get a distance. I think it's very hard to read Franchon and the punches that she's coming from. A very good start from Franchon, I think. Very fast, good jab. The jab was what stood out for me the most. There you see a good few clear punches put through by Savannah, but pretty cagey opening.
Well, there's a QR code, give that a scan. Get involved in scoring the fight. The live blog's on there as well. So 1 down, nothing to go. Cruz is in again quickly in the start of the round, looking to get on top of Marshall, who just grabs hold there and looks to lean down on her a little bit. Marshall with the height and reach. She needs to try and make that count, pump out that lead left hand.
I think Savannah's going to try and push her back this round. She started really strong and really pushing her in the back foot.
Left hand there from Cruz to Zern, but Marshall had that right glove up in place, and then she looks for that right hand. Pair of them just fall into a clinch as they get in tight. Cruz to Zern trying to use that up jab herself. I mentioned earlier on that there's a bit more technique to her than I think people give her credit for sometimes. He does try and move in behind that lead hand. Marshall trying to snap that jab, just flicking it up from the waist. Is she making enough use of that so far for you, Matt?
Yeah, I think she's using the jab well. It's a little bit scrappy, they're coming together, a bit of clinching. But I think she has established the jab. I think she's caught the zone with a couple of hard right hands as well, which I think she's definitely felt. So I think, yeah, it's been a better second round for Savannah. Good right hand. Those shorts just timed her nicely, walked her onto that.
Final few seconds of round two. Cruz to Zern looking for the left hand into the body. Marshall trying to come back with a right, good long right hand there from Marshall. Decent finish to the round for her.
Boxing on Sky Sports, brought to you by Voltero.
Massage temporary dans le royal. Racing every 20 minutes to keep it from drying out. And voila.
This is gonna taste all right.
Always a lively crowd in Manchester. There's a couple of good shots to finish that round. There was that right hand. She landed a couple towards the end of the round there. So into the third. Marshall, the challenger, in the black and blue. Cruz to Zern, the champion, in the red and purple and white. Decent looking jab there from Marshall. Just found the target. Cruz manages to get in tight there, getting close. That's much more her kind of territory. The pair of them just moving into the middle and meet each other head on. Looking for an overhand right there, Cruz. She got a little bit stuck there as she threw it. Marshall unable to just give herself through. Lovely straight right hand there from Marshall. And now just goes downstairs with the jab. Flicking that jab up from the waist and down onto a knee, then onto both knees. Cruz and wrestles Marshall to the canvas. That was no knockdown for either one of them. It was Marshall who clamped her down a little bit more violently, but Cruz was offering her a glove there. She knew that that was just an accident.
I think that shows us Cruz's physical strength. She's the physically stronger woman, I think. And every time they get on the inside, it's Cruz who seems to really blossom on the inside.
Well, that's how we felt this would be. Marshall has landed some good straight shots in this third round. 2 or 3 of them. Cruz, as you say, managed to get it nice and tight, nice and close. It's with Andy.
She was with me, but shall I try and get in here? Carissa, let me just ask you, how are you seeing this one so far?
It's 3-0, Franchon Cruz right now, 3-0. I haven't seen Savannah Marshall win around yet. She's not able to hit Cruz. She keeps falling short with her right hand. She slouched down too low. Right now I have it 3-0 for Cruz.
Is this the approach you expected from Franchon? Is this the right approach as well?
I believe it's the right approach. I just want her to be more careful on Savannah Marshall's sets up. She keeps letting her be too long, and that's where she's most powerful at. When she's at the end of her punches, the 1-2 and the hook. But she hasn't been able to land it. I think that's the Franchon roughing her up is wearing her down. So that's a good thing. That's a good thing.
You're doing your bit as a friend as well, making yourself heard over this crowd.
I am here to support Franchon Cruz.
You're doing a good job so far.
I hope so.
Good to see you.
So 3-0 on Carissa Shields' scorecard. It's been pretty tight these rounds, I think, so far. The more eye-catching shots, I would say, at times in the second and the third have come from Savannah Marshall, but there's certainly not very much in it. I think that's absolutely fair to say. That's a decent-looking jab there from Marshall.
Savannah boxes much better when she keeps it long behind the jab. It's when she steps in close that there's problems. I think she needs to keep it long and land those clean, crisp 1-2s.
Yeah, totally agree. I think she's got to keep this at the end of the jab, nail it with the straight rights, keep it at distance. You know, all that pulling and dragging and clinching, it's energy sapping, and she doesn't need to do it.
Looking for the long 1-2 again there, but Cruz looks to close the distance. Marshall ended up down on her knees. The gloves are wiped off. Marshall just trapping the lead hand of Cruz there. Victor Loughlin couldn't really see that midway through round 4. Cruz again moves forward. Doesn't really manage to get too much up there, but smothers the work of Marshall, negates what she was trying to do, and as we go down the stretch, those kinds of clinches, that physicality, could work in her favour. Looks like big overhand right into the body there for Marshall. And training on the inside, that's where it suits the American more, the two of them just swapping some body punches. Good right hand there for Marshall, but Cruz took that well. Was immediately straight back on top of it.
I think after Savannah lands, she needs to step back because Franchon's just going to charge in straight away. Not even to throw a punch, but just to grab onto her and rough her up.
Success when she's coming on to you. Yeah? Yeah? Look, when she comes, take a little step back. Yeah? Take your time because you're rushing with your work. Yeah? Touch her up with a jab. Remember what I told you? Touch up with a jab. Even land your solid jab, but mix it up. Don't try for hard shots all the time. Yeah? Combinations on the way in. Give yourself a little bit of space when you fall in. The other thing I'm going to say to you, you shouldn't be bending over on top of you. Understand? That's proper bear.
Peter Fury just echoing what you were saying there, Caroline, really, which is that when you get that jab off, she's still going to keep coming, Cruz to zone, and she just needs to give herself a bit of space, Savannah Marshall.
Yeah, you saw him say just step back, and I think that's exactly what she needs to do. Just take a little step back, just like that, make a miss and get behind the jab. It's this grabbing and holding where the problem, where it gets messy and competitive.
Looking for the left hook on the inside there, Marshall did land it. Landed the jab there, though. Cruz de Zern defensively is cute at times, though, just pulls onto that back foot, makes her fall a little bit short, rides anything that does land.
Franchon needs to work here on the inside. This is her domain. She needs to work here.
Just pulling Marshall back towards the rope. She actually had the better of that little exchange on the inside there, Marshall, but that is, as we've been saying, where Cruz de Zern will want it. And again here, she ends up low there, Cruz de Zern, down on the canvas, but once more there is no knockdown there.
That's better. You know, that's the range Savannah Marshall wants this fight to be at. Long range, got the longer arms, the taller.
That's a nice combination on the inside, and then she did just create that little bit of space for herself after she landed it. Cruz de Zern just looking for that big right hand over the top, but Marshall just backing her up a little bit in this round. As I say that, Cruz de Zern comes forward.
Yeah, de Zern's dangerous with that looping right hand over the top.
Franchon needs to keep her hands up when she's coming on the inside there.
Finishes around with a nice solid jab there, Marshall. The cleaner, more eye-catching shots that we've seen so far in this first half have come from Savannah Marshall. Cruz de Zern doing that rough, tough, effective work on the inside.
Yeah, good right hand there from Marshall. Nice jabs in that round as well. There's another, yeah, that's the same right hand, just in a different angle, then coming back with the straight left.
Let her walk into trouble. She hasn't got the feet. You understand? Let her walk into the trouble.
So midway through, just heading into the second half of the fight here, and there's not been an awful lot in most of these rounds, Matt. But as I said, the cleaner, more eye-catching shots I feel that comes from Savannah Marshall. Maybe her with her nose slightly in front on the cards, but it's hard to say.
Yeah, I mean, de Zern's got that kind of rough, marauding style, awkward, it's scrappy, she gets in. A lot of hustle and bustle, clinching. Fatigue, I would imagine, will certainly come into play in those last few rounds, but I think that the cleaner work has definitely come from Savannah.
Cruz de Zern on the inside there, just trying to get herself free of those long arms of Marshall and get that work done. Right hand on the inside there from Cruz de Zern. Marshall looking to try and fire that left hand into the body. That's a good body shot for Marshall as Cruz de Zern was coming forward. Just sunk it in, but the American
Good shot.
caught the left hand on the inside there, I think, as she was on the way in. Right hand from Marshall. Cruz de Zern set her feet and fired back, but again, the better shots here are landing from Savannah Marshall. She tagged her 3-4 times in this round.
Franchon needs to keep her shape a little bit more. rough and rugged work from the both of them, I think. Just gritting it out now.
To Marshall with a good right hand on the inside there off the back of the 1-2. Cruz Dezun just falling forward a little bit.
Yeah, Savannah putting shots together now, not the singles or doubles, putting combinations together. That was good work from her.
Well, let's go down to ringside with Anna and Johnny.
Johnny, how are you seeing this? Savannah Marshall starting to be more proactive and less reactive now.
Exactly. I've now got it even. The first 3 rounds are a little worried me because Cruz was putting the pressure on her and she was just reacting to what she did, getting involved in a tear-up. Instead of using the jab, setting the shots up. For about a minute in each round, last 3 rounds, she's been using the jab. It's been effective. She needs to do it more to now take over. In round coming into round 7, she needs to be more dominant with the jab because this is still in the balance.
What would you say, Peter Fury? What would you be saying to Savannah?
Use that jab, use your heart, use your reach, set the right hand up. When she steps on, she step back, turn into a hook. The hooks are just missing her right now. Cruz Dezun needs to rough her up, get it up close and personal, and that's the plan she's working on.
It's an absorbing fight. How do you see this playing out very quickly?
Say again?
How do you see it playing out?
You know what? I hope Cruz Dezun loses the shape. I hope Savannah uses that jab and gets better.
Let's see.
So into the 7, that's a pretty fair assessment there, I think, from Johnny, an accurate assessment on what we've seen so far, because Marshall, particularly over the last couple of rounds, is beginning to find the target more. That left hand was low there from Marshall. Victor Lachlan acknowledging that, but Cruz Dezun has got an engine. When you see any of her fights, she can put it on you for 2 minutes, recover for a minute, and do it again, rinse and repeat 10 times. So I don't really expect to see her fade here. It's all about the accuracy for Marshall.
Yeah, I think also with Dezun, she's deceivingly quick at closing the distance and getting up close. Sometimes the work's not pretty from her, but it's effective.
Just stepping in there, Cruz Dezun, dipping that head, looking for that right hand over the top. Doing a good job in this round so far of getting on top of Marshall, who's just struggling to create that space for herself at the moment. These two exchanging on the inside. Just short with a big overhand right there, Cruz Dezun, and Marshall clipped her, not heavy though, with her left hand. Looking for the left hook there, Marshall, didn't quite manage to land it. Almost bringing Cruz Dezun onto the uppercut there, Marshall. As the American moved in behind her, jab, 1-2 from Marshall. Again, just missed fractionally. Straight left hand there, though, did get through. Big effort from Cruz Dezun in that 7th round, he felt.
Boxing on Sky Sports, brought to you by Voltero.
Message delivered dans le voyant. Racing avec 20 minutes to keep between dry now. And voila.
This is gonna taste all right.
Well, she's been vocal in support of her friend all the way through, Caressa Shields. And she lies in wait for the winner of this fight. Peter Fury in between rounds there, just telling Marshall, put your punches together. She is going to come to you. You think you're tired. She is more tired. She's going to dig deep here, Marshall. And both of them have to.
It's been a physical fight, a lot of clinching, it's been absorbing them. Both girls have been feeling the pace. I thought the in-between rounds sitting on the stool was a tired look about Savannah. But she's like, as Peter Fury said to you, you've got to really dig in here now, these rounds.
Jones trying to come on strong now. She's really forcing herself on top of Savannah.
That was a big effort from her in that 7th round, I felt. Cruz de Zoom, sometimes you see a fighter just dig deep, go there because they know that maybe the tide is just ever so slightly turned and they need to provide an answer, and I think that's what we saw there. The heads just banging together on the inside, and again, she just gets on top of you. Timeout called by Victor Loughlin. He's going to have a chat with them both. Good shot.
I think Savannah should keep it at this range right here, just right in the middle of the ring and behind that jab. The 1-2 works every time.
Chopping down right hand there for Marshall. That was a decent bit of work. Cruz immediately onto that front foot, got her gloves up, close that distance down. It can be a little bit difficult to see from Franchon Cruz de Zoom what gets through clean and what doesn't.
Yeah, well, as we said earlier, it's not always pretty to watch, but she's effective, de Zoom. She's aggressive, she's strong. She comes in low, she covers the distance quickly. She gets in on top of Savannah. She's not allowing Savannah time and room. Where Savannah gets time and room, she's really good at long range.
She's right next to the corner there. Right next to the corner. Glenn de Zoom in the corner. Sugar Hill in the corner. This is a crucial stage of proceedings. They're the voices she needs to hear.
The way you would take it.
Good shots there, you know, from Savannah, catching it as she's coming in. I mean, it's not easy when you're tired to try and time, get that distance right.
So 2 to go. And immediately, Cruz de Zoom on the front foot, dips to her left, looks to shovel that big right hand over the top, gets into you and then just pushes Marshall back towards the ropes. Good straight left hand there from Marshall. What's difficult to interpret with Cruz de Zoom, as I said in the previous round, is how much of what she does actually lands, how much of it actually gets through. She's physical, she's imposing, she's extremely tiring and difficult to fight, but the cleaner punching, and that's what you're looking for in boxing, has come from Marshall. I think she was just short with that right hand. The crowd liked it, but I'm not sure if it actually landed. Left hand there from Marshall, but Cruz de Zoom stumbling forward slightly, just shuts down that space immediately. Creating that space that Peter Fury was talking about is a difficult thing to do.
Exactly. With Franchon leaning on you, physically trying to wrestle you down, it's hard. I think Savannah just needs to maintain herself, maintain her shape, and get behind that jab. And her head movement there, right there, is what she needs. You know, if she can't move her legs, move her trunk, slip inside and out.
Marshall landed a decent long 1-2 about 20-30 seconds ago.
But I think you're right, Andy, the cleaner shots, scoring punches that are coming from Savannah Marshall. Good body shot there from her too. You know, she's aggressive, she's coming forward for a lot of it to Zoom, but it has to be effective aggression. You know, and that's when there's, you know, that's when all punches landed are equal, then you go to the effective aggression. But Savannah certainly landing the better shots. I think there's blood on the forehead as well now.
There is some blood on the forehead of Marshall. I don't know if that's from her or if that's just transferal from Cruz de Zoom. There's the blood coming out the end of the nose there of Cruz de Zoom. That could have been a clash of heads. It's hard to tell at this stage. One more round to go, 2 minutes before we find out whether the belts are going to stay with the American or transfer to Savannah Marshall.
Get them shots connected, nice
combinations, yeah? And you're winning anyway. So let's have a nice look. The perfect round that was. You need the same again.
How you feel? Brilliant. Exactly.
So look, she can't take you, yeah?
We ain't come over here to
You're strong as fuck now.
Take it. Take
Got it.
Get your ass up.
Get the fucking working.
Always interesting listening to the corners before the final when it's confident in that Marshall corner that they're doing enough, that she needs to just keep doing what she's doing. The Cruz Dezurn corner sent her out there with a much stronger, more urgent message.
I think this is Savannah's fight to lose now. I think she's well ahead. And she's landed the better shots. It's been a hard fight though. She's had to work hard every second of every round, but she has landed the better shots in most of these rounds.
There is no easy night against somebody who fights like this. As I said, she's got the engine to do this for almost every second of the 20 minutes. And a lead right hand there from Cruz Dezurn lands, and at no point does she look hurt. And she's been landed on by one of women's boxing's bigger punches here a good few times. Right hand on the inside there from Marshall.
Good left hook as well from Marshall before that.
Just pushing Marshall back into the ropes, trying to work on the inside there. Cruz Dezurn, Victor Loughlin just prizes them apart into the final minute.
Very physical fight, just like Savannah predicted.
Well, it was very unlikely to be anything else. Chopping down with that right hand there, Marshall. Couldn't quite land it. Closing stages, and Cruz Dezurn almost getting on top of Marshall there and just upending her into the canvas. Marshall again just looks for that big overhand right, didn't land it, but they did land the jab. It doesn't keep Cruz Dezurn at bay for very long. She is all over you like a rat every time she gets up close, but there goes the final bell, and Peter Fury happy in that Marshall corner from where we're sitting. She's done enough here. That was a tough fight. It was a grueling fight. But what you're looking for in that ring, Caroline, is who lands what. And in terms of clean punches landed, it doesn't matter whether they're technically perfect, but in terms of clean punches landed, Savannah Marshall's got the distinct advantage there.
I think so, 100%. She's landed the cleaner, more precise punches. Her punches seem to have an effect on Franchon. You can see by the blood, you know, at the end, but look, it was a great fight, and Franchon definitely, you know, left her gut and soul in that ring. She wanted it bad, and my heart goes out to her, but I think Savannah won this.
Ben Shalom allowing himself a smile there. The doctor just checking out Cruz Dezurn, who gave exactly the kind of effort that we knew that she would. But she's bearing a few little scars there. Her husband just leans over the top of the ropes. They've come such a long way together. I think they met down at the amateur gym. Well, Lauren Price and Karasati stall. They will be hungry to get into these kinds of fights themselves at world title level before too long. She couldn't quite get over the line last October against Claressa Shields, but we feel like she's done enough in Manchester to become undisputed champion and earn herself what we are sure will be a rematch with our Sky colleague tonight.
No, it was a hard-fought fight. It was a hard-fought fight. Cruz Dezurn really brought the heat, forced the pace, was rugged, tough, awkward. But I think the better shots, the clean shots, came from Savannah Marshall.
Well, the pair of them have been ushered into the centre of the ring. Big Mo is just nimbly slipping through the ropes over on the far side, so it's not long now before we find out.
full championship rounds. We go to the judges' scorecard for the official decision. Judge Paul Wallace sees the bout 95-95. Judge John Lona sees it 99-92, while Judge Marcus McDonald sees the contest 97-93. Declaring your winner by majority decision. And the